Alright, y'all know who it is, King Fortune. We back in here once again. Now, this is a video request from one of the members of the website. The question is, what are some methods to communicating with the higher self? So before we go into the methodology, we want to lay down a foundation of what the higher self is. Now, another way to say the higher self is the holy guardian angel. And what is the difference between the holy guardian angel and the higher self? We're going to get into that in just a second. Now, the term the holy guardian angel originates from the Catholic Church. And we know when we break down Catholic breaks down to holy cat, which originates in Egypt. So the term holy guardian angel, you could say, comes from Egypt or Kemet, ancient science, right? Okay. Now, what is the holy guardian angel? It is representative of one's truest divine nature, right? A process termed knowledge and conversation, right? So to have a connection or communication with the holy guardian angel is equivalent to saying having knowledge and conversation with your holy guardian angel, to be able to exchange conversation, words, so on and so forth, and to have knowledge or to be imparted knowledge to you, right? Let's take it a step further, right? So once he or she has achieved this, right, they must, of course, be left entirely in the hands of the holy guardian angel. So what this means is, once you have achieved that communication, once you have achieved that connection, now you have to leave yourself in the grace of the holy guardian angel, because the holy guardian angel will guide you to the next phase of your growth and development. So you pretty much have to have complete trust in your holy guardian angel. Let us continue forward. Be left entirely in the hands of the holy guardian angel, who can inevitably and invariably be relied on to lead him to the furthest or the further great step crossing of the abyss and the attainment of the grade of the master of the temple. So in other words, what this is saying, and the master of the temple is pretty much master over your body. We know that the temple is symbolic of the body. So to have mastery over your body, and we're not just talking about the body in a physical sense, but the body is like a machine, as we all know, right? So to build up this connection with the holy guardian angel, it's like you being able to, you can say, make your body work in ways that it normally doesn't work, but it is programmed to work in certain ways. We just haven't unlocked those dimensions yet. But the holy guardian angel allows you to unlock those dimensions that have already been pre-programmed into the DNA, but are not facilitated in everyday regular life. Everyday regular life is not going to facilitate the awakening of the holy guardian angel, but when you go through these processes, it does. Let us continue. All right. Now, this is the difference between the higher self and the holy guardian angel. Even though the holy guardian angel is, in a sense, the higher self, it is often experienced as a separate being, independent from the adept. So this is making a distinction of the holy guardian angel is not just your higher self. Your holy guardian angel is a completely separate being from you. So we have to make the distinction here. It's not just like the highest level of yourself. This is a completely separate being, like a father or, like a guardian. But this isn't necessarily like a different manifestation of you, like it's you in a different consciousness or you in a different dimension. No, this is a completely separate being from you, right? So just to make that distinction there, let's continue. It is impossible to lay down precise rules by which a man or woman may attain the knowledge and conversation of his or her holy guardian angel, for that is the particular secret of each one of us, a secret not to be told or even divined by any other, whatever his grade. It is the holy of holiest, whereof each man or woman in his or her own high priest, and none knoweth the name of his brother's God, or the rite that invokes him. So what this is saying is the methodology of how a person connects with their holy guardian angel is unique to each specific person. So there is no step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 in terms of something that anybody can do. Everyone has their own personal connection, their own personal relationship with their holy guardian angel, so they will have to figure these things out on their own. However, because this is a video request, and of course you're not really supposed to get into the details of how you connect, I will reveal the things that I have done in the past, just for the sake of the video, because it may be of assistance to whoever may be watching, especially the person who made the request. Next thing is, the key to success is to invoke often. So there's a difference between invocation and evocation. Evocation is external, invocation is internal or strictly mental. So when it says the key to success is to invoke often, that means it is a strictly mental process, right? Which is in the absence of the bodily, mental, and astral consciousness. So what this means is you are going beyond your bodily, mental, and astral consciousness in order to develop this relationship with your holy guardian angel. So again, this is beyond the body, this is beyond the mind, this is beyond the astral. So again, because this is not a different version of you, this is a completely separate being that you are, developing a relationship with. Now, some methodology in terms of how people will connect with it. They have to be in a trance state or intoxicated state. You have to be intoxicated or in a trance state or an alpha brainwave state. Because we know in the alpha brainwave state, this is when the conscious mind is able to communicate with the subconscious mind. You have to be in an alpha brainwave state. Some people, smoke herbs such as tobacco. Some people smoke, cannabis. There's various other herbs that will connect you to, that will put you in a trance state. You could say, get you an encyclopedia of magical herbs by Scott Cunningham, and pretty much any herb or any plant that is connected with the moon or most feminine plants will help you to get into this trance state. But definitely get you an encyclopedia if you want to explore the mysteries of the herbs and the plants to take it a step further, right? Another way is to concentrate the spiritual forces of every element simultaneously into your goal. So what does that mean, to direct these spiritual forces all at the same time? So that's the spirit, fire, water, air, and earth. So we know the fire is your desire, the water is your emotion, the air is your thought, and the earth is your memory. And of course, the spirit is what connects all these together. You can say you are the spirit. So in that sense, your desire has to be to communicate with the holy guardian angel. You have to amplify your emotions to match the frequency of your holy guardian angel. Your thoughts have to be in sync with the holy guardian angel, and your memory has to not get in the way of what you think you may see, what you think you may experience, because the memory gets in the way, because we may have preconceived notions of what is supposed to happen, how it should unfold. We have to let all that, put it all to the side, let it die, and be completely open to a brand new experience. Because again, this is not just a different version of you. This is a completely different being that is, assigned to be your holy guardian angel. So you can say, well, what is the holy guardian angel? The holy guardian angel is not oneself, but an independent and discrete being who may have been a human and like oneself, at one stage. So the holy guardian angel, you can say, was a human at one point, and they evolved in their evolution. So through the process of evolution, they became the holy guardian angel so that they can guide you in those same steps or that same path. So you see, this is completely different than a higher self, but that term is so heavily used, people may not be able to make the distinction. So once again, the holy guardian angel was once a human who put in that work and who evolved and who has now assigned itself, or you assigned it, however you want to put it, in order for you to go along that path as well, if that is your goal, right? Now, I want to outline a couple things that I did personally before we end the video. Now, I would say the first time I connected with my holy guardian angel maybe was about 2011. And again, I told the story before, but I'll tell it again. As you know, where the spirit it spoke through me. It didn't speak to me, but it spoke through me. And again, it told me the name Asar. Right? I never heard it before. Don't know what it was. Don't know where it came from. So when I typed it in into a Google search, it was the Egyptian god of the dead, aka Osiris. Right? So I'm like, okay, this voice spoke through me. Right? This voice spoke through me. Not to me, but through me. AKA the Holy Guardian Angel. Because that led me to the occult. Because before that moment, I knew nothing of the occult. You know, of course, I was into this, I was into that. But in terms of the occult, I had no idea what the occult was, how to tap into it. I didn't know anything about the dark arts, dark magic, dark science. I didn't know anything about any of that. But what allowed me to unlock those chambers in my mind was after that experience happened. So once I started to look up and research, and then I started getting into the Egyptian science, you know, that led to that, yada, yada, yada. The next time I connected with my holy guardian angel was in 2013 when I did a winter solstice ritual when I called upon the Prince of Darkness, which is just another name for Asar. Again, being the Lord of the underworld, the Lord of the dead, you know, the Prince of Darkness. So I did a ritual, you know, a 6-pointed pentagram, you know, a 6-pointed, no, you know, pentagram is a star. A 6-pointed hexagram, you know, like you know, the Hebrews have the triangle, the upward triangle, the downward triangle, you know, the Star of David, however you want to, or the Shield of David, so on and so forth. And at each of those points, I had like the name of the devil. So it'd be like Satan, Sutek, you know what I mean, Sut, so on and so forth, you know, Dumbalawido, you know, all, you know, of the darker deities in certain pantheons. And of course, I wrote a petition, like the Prince of Darkness. This is what my desires are. I wrote the whole thing out. And you know, of course, I had black candles. I had a black candle at each point to give the spirit a body or give it energy. So I was watching the candles flicker, getting into a trance state. Because when you do candle magic, when you gaze into the flickering of a candle, the fire, it allows you to have visions if you are concentrated enough. Right? And after I engaged in that ritual, it's like I opened up a portal to a whole different dimension. So every time I would go into that room, you would like, it's like you in a whole different reality, right? And certain information started to come to me, more darker information, right? So that's when I started to become familiar with more and more teachers that were already into the darker arts, like, you know, like Bobby Hemmett, so on and so forth. That's when I started getting deeper into those sciences, you know, about things, people in places I didn't know anything about before that. Right? So I'm just giving y'all examples of, you know, just real shit. You know, things that actually led to tangible results. Right? Were you on a certain fast when I was doing it? Yeah. Because most of the time I fast in the month of December. But, you know, this year I decided to fast in the month of January. But, yeah, I was probably like on a 5 to 7 day fast. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that probably helped things to, you know, help my focus to be in that in-between state, you know, because, you know, when you're in that in-between state, when you fast, you're like in the in-between state. So any magical rituals or any magical workings that you do will be amplified when you're in that in-between state, because you don't have to try to focus. You don't have to try to meditate because you're already in that in-between state. You know, some people get into that in-between state, you know, when they smoke their weed, whatever. No problem with that. But, you know, when you fast, it's like you're continuously in that state. It ain't something that just you cut on and off. It's like you're just continuously in that wave if you can endure it, because obviously it's not the easiest thing to do. But if you can endure the suffering, if you can pay the cost to be the boss, then, you know, you will get results if you're willing to put that work in. So this is just a quick overview of the difference between the higher self and the holy guardian angel. And this is what we're really talking about when we speak about the higher self. And it's not something that is a different version of you. It is something completely different. It was once a man or a woman who has walked this earth like we walked the earth, but who has transcended it. And now that becomes your teacher, a completely separate being from yourself. So this is going beyond the level of working with spirits and deities, so on and so forth. Now you're working with your personal holy guardian angel. You know, and all you really have to do, again, it's not about step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's just more about, as long as you're trying to build that connection in however way that you see fit, you may have to create a ritual completely original than anything else anyone has ever spoken about. And that will be the thing that worked for you. Because again, it's all about that knowledge and conversation with your holy guardian angel. And of course, you know, you can type in that term and to do further research if you want. Because someone said, do you have any recommendations? Just type in holy guardian angel. Everything is there, right? So we'll leave it there. Connect with the holy guardian angel. Don't limit yourself into a certain technique or a certain time of the day or a certain spirit. You know what I mean? You have to completely open yourself up. Remember, remove your mental, your bodily, and your astral consciousness, because again, this is not a different version of you. This is a completely separate being. So when you are building up that connection, again, don't look at it like it's just a different version of you. This is a teacher, a holy guardian angel that will take you to different dimensions and new heights in your reality and your consciousness. So we'll leave it there. Appreciate everybody for watching. I'll see y'all soon. One.